Harry is blasted by a royal expert for not standing by William over the BBC Diana investigation. So there's a huge scandal going on at the BBC about Martin Bashir and his famous interview of Diana, where Diana said, "There were three of us in the relationship." I want to read you this letter from Charles Spencer, Diana's brother. But basically, what they're alleging is that Bashir made up false bank statements, and I think these were about, I'm not sure whose, I think they were his bank statements showing that he was didn't need any money or something. And then he had a graphic designer, and this is before everybody, before graphic design was so easy. He had a graphic designer gin up these bank statements, and they were all false. And the graphic designer was fired for this. Diana was told she was being bugged and spied on by the palace. She was told by Bashir that MI5 was following her. She was told that William, her son, gave her a watch containing a recording device. He really played on her fears and her paranoia and to get this interview. And the BBC, after they looked at it, they're like, "Great job! We found nothing untoward." So here's Charles Spencer's uh, letter, August 25th. As you know, there's been a great deal of media interest and speculation surrounding the 25th anniversary of the Panorama interview conducted with my late sister Diana. It is correct that I was the person who introduced Martin Bashir to Diana. So Charles, her brother, introduced Bashir to Diana, but nobody seems to fully understand the methods that Bashir descended to get to that point. Uncouth methods. He appeared in my life on 31st August 1995, precisely 2 years before her death. I have detailed notes of his extraordinary allegations, and I have records of many of his calls as well as notes from him to prove my version of events. So odd were Bashir's initial claims that I rang the then executive producer of Panorama to see if he'd vouch for his reporter. He fully endorsed Bashir as one of his best reporters. Now it's highlighted. 2 days ago, I was shown the part of Tony Hall's report to the Board of Governors to the BBC. It is factually inaccurate. It skirts over the web of deceit spun by those in the organization that you now control at top speed. It is appalling to me that the BBC, Panorama, and Mr. Bashir have not only profited from the interview with my late sister, who was clearly in an extremely fragile psychological state at the time, or apologized for what occurred. I'm especially appalled given the BBC's recent admission that Bashir deployed false bank statements when convincing me of his trustworthiness. So probably Bashir was broke and he made up fake bank statements for himself to show that, oh, he didn't need any money and this was not important to him. He was just doing this out of the goodness of his heart. But in fact, it made him hugely famous. That was a life changing moment for Bashir. The BBC has chosen to find that those bank statements played no part in securing the interview, but that is palpably untrue. If it were not for me seeing these statements, I would not have introduced Bashir to my sister. Meanwhile, Bashir alleged to me that he had evidence of senior members of the royal family saying or doing appalling things, wishing members of my family dead, fathering a child that had to be aborted, that a publicly funded media corporation with a reputation for the highest form of journalism stooped so deep into the gutter is beyond belief, and yet it is so. Okay, and the other thing that I really want to look at is why isn't Harry speaking up? I mean, has Meghan controlled Harry to the point that, I mean, all he does is harp on about Diana and her death. And here is the best opportunity for Harry to get on board and really make a difference here. And he's not saying anything. Okay, Diana's family speaking out, her brother, Charles Spencer, William is speaking out. Why isn't Harry speaking out? I mean, does Meghan have such complete control over Harry that he won't even speak out about this? Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. So, this is Diana speaking to Martin Bashir, and apparently he did all kinds of crazy things to, all kinds of deceptive things to play on her paranoia. He basically did anything to get this interview. And he even falsified his own bank statements, which is so strange. And I was looking at this photo. This is Meghan. No one ever asked me how I'm feeling in Africa. I think this was Meghan's attempt to, her best attempt to recreate the Diana interview with Martin Bashir. And she thought that would garner her tremendous sympathy and accolades. Well, that really backfired. Just like the latest, Harry was kept out from the, laying a wreath on Remembrance Day. That didn't garner him tremendous sympathy. Laying the wreath in America where there are no British soldiers buried, that really backfired. And this is all Meghan's brainchild. So how low did Martin Bashir go to get this Diana interview? Was he willing to literally do anything? How bad was this? Oh dear. How low did Bashir go? Magi, the most powerful card, manifesting water into wine. Magi can be a trickster. He's manifesting. Water into wine is sometimes a lying card. 21, 27 cross. Incubus, succubus is a great liar card. Liar, liar, and manipulator. Liar, liar, manipulator. 14, 13, 27. So, yeah, he stressed her. Cross. Cross can be a card of burdens and stress. He stressed her out. He created a situation where he just completely stressed her out to get this interview. 9 diamonds and 10 spades. He was, the sky is falling. Everything is ending just to get this interview. And he talked about all the illnesses, all the negative things. He made her feel really cast out and like he was someone who could really help her and save her. He worked, I'm on your side, we're on the same team. So a lot of lying and manipulation, and made her feel terrible. This is a communication card. This is a communication card. He was communicating and talking about the really just terrible things in her life, and she ran to him for help. She felt that he was somebody who could help her. Now, what's going on with Harry? Harry's not speaking out. All Harry does, he's a broken record on the death of his mother, Diana. And this is a huge deal, and he's not saying anything. This is really disturbing behavior. I'm actually wondering if Meghan is forbidding Harry from jumping in, okay? Or is she manipulating him and sabotaging him? So let's see if she just told him, don't do it. I want to see, has she forbid him to do it? Or is he so brainwashed that he believes that he's taking revenge on William for like the Remembrance Day wreath? So is Meghan, we'll put Meghan here and Harry there, is Meghan forbidding Harry? Ooh, devil. Wow. Harry. Do we have Meghan forbidding Harry? Well, right in the center for Meghan is the devil. Devil in the cornerstone. She's destroying his foundation with sweet words. 7 and 11, 18, 5 diamonds, step by step by step. She has a master plan to just completely destroy him. She seems to be working a master plan to destroy him. And like my narcissist, okay, this is so disturbing to me because it's so out of character. This is a slam dunk. This is so obvious that Harry needs to speak out about this scandal. It's so obvious. And for him not to speak out is so out of character. It's just what's going on. And people are going to say, oh, well, Harry is not who we thought he was. Well, what's actually going on is his narcissist, Meghan, is just manipulating him to the point that he's just not Harry anymore. The honest man is blocked from speaking, from bringing these things to light. 6 and 13, 19, 5 and 5. She's changed it. She's blocking him. She's working against him, and she'll do anything to stop him. Outside forces, she's exerting force against everything. 15, constantly. So she's just in there, and she's just blocking him at every step. Anything. This is like the 48 laws of power. Don't tell people what your plans are because they'll try to stop you. Meghan is right inside. She's on the, they lay on the bed and they talk about everything. And, you know, she's always there. And so she's always able to know what's going on, and she's always stopping him. She'll do anything. I think Meghan is completely destroying Harry because this is so out of character for Harry that it's just really disturbing. Does Harry believe he's revenging himself on William by staying silent? You know, maybe over the Remembrance Day thing, he just was unable to lay the Remembrance Day wreath. Does he believe he's revenging himself? You know, I mean, how on board is Harry? Does Harry believe he's revenging himself? Because that's another thing that Meghan would do. She would want him to believe that this is his idea. There's all these 10s here. The 3 10s are very interesting. Royal family over the long term, very emotional, reacting very emotionally, heart reaction very emotional. 36. No, full stop. So she's really playing on his emotions, and that's what Meghan does. She's always playing on everybody's emotions. Okay, and Piers Morgan is so upset because she played on his emotions. She got him invested in her. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, she's so charming and witty and intelligent. I really want to help her. And then Meghan didn't share any. She didn't have any emotions for Piers. And Piers, when he figured this out, is very upset, and he's been her worst critic. Mother Earth, karmic relationship, and 4-leaf clover, 10, 22, 6 diamonds. So does he believe he's revenging himself? Actively in the relationship with the woman and the many people. No, he's keeping Meghan happy. And underneath, he's just a mess of emotions underneath. He's keeping Meghan happy, and he's a mess of emotions. But he's not like, I'm going to take revenge on William. It's more like she's just blocking him, and she's just messing him around constantly. But there's always a smile on her face. There's a dagger in her hand and a bazooka in the other, but she's got a smile on her face. And, you know, we're in this together, Harry. When in fact she's working against Harry and Harry's blocked. Are there going to be new cries to unfund the BBC? Because there's, I don't know, 500 channels, 1,000 channels. Why are the British people paying for the BBC out of their tax money? Why doesn't it just become just another channel? There's like 1,000 channels. There's not like, when I was growing up, we had one channel on our TV. Now, the kids down the street, they had like 5 or 6, and there were cartoons playing. So I would go down the street and watch cartoons with them sometimes. But on our TV, we just had one channel. And the BBC is harking from that era, where there was just like 1 or 2 channels, and the BBC is one of them, and it's so precious. Whatever's on, you'll watch it. So are new cries to defund the BBC going to come up because of this? How bad is this for the BBC? Hmm. Get new cries to defund the BBC. Executioner cutting in the world. 24. 24 plus 8, that's 32. 32, 8 spades. Yeah. This is like, this is like, yeah. This is just a really bad thing, and it's right on the surface, and people are going to be very, very upset about this. The BBC is just kind of corrupted. You know, this instead of being an old friend and a benefit, the BBC is just kind of corrupted, and people are gonna. This is really going to hit a nerve with people. Stop the movement going forward. Another conflict. Decisions about the rooting and what's really going on. 2033, yes, wow. This is a big moment for the BBC. There's a lot of dissatisfaction. And when I visited Britain, I was there, I don't know, 2005 maybe? I think I was there in 2005. People talked about the BBC even then. I went into a pub, people are like, yeah, we need to get rid of defund the BBC. The girl that I was visiting, she was like, she brought it up. Oh yeah, we have to pay taxes to pay for the BBC. It's part of our tax thing. Everybody was angry about it in 2005. That's 15 years ago. This has been boiling for a long time, these payments for the BBC. People are not happy. Not happy. So this is really going to be a really big deal. This is yes and this is no. No, this is 8 spades and this is no. So very sick, and this is really going to bring to the fore. Okay, and this is what the Crown is trying to avoid. They're trying to avoid a huge scandal that is going to bring to the fore the idea of, you know, getting rid of the monarchy. Okay, because that's how it happens. A huge scandal comes up, and they wrote out the Andrew scandal. Wow. You know, but Meghan is like worse than Andrew. They just, you know, and the Sugars are always talking about this, how Meghan always gets the front page. You know, people are talking about Meghan, but, you know, there's worse things going on that have nothing to do with Meghan. Why aren't they talking about that? So it's so interesting what people pay attention to. So let's review here. The most interesting thing I see is that Meghan will do anything. She's just sabotaging Harry, and she's destroying him, and she's literally blocking him step by step. This is so out of character for Harry that if he doesn't overcome this, it's just really bad. How low did Bashir go? He just put her into a state. He really manipulated her really bad. He made her believe that he was on her side, and he just painted this terrible picture, and I'll save you. I'll help you. He really manipulated her to get that interview. So there was nothing he would not do. He even falsified bank statements and other documents. Does Harry believe he's revenging himself? No, he's just in a state. I don't see any drugs or alcohol here. He's just in a wrought-up emotional state. He's a mess. And Meghan is manipulating him. Like Bashir manipulated Diana, Meghan is manipulating Harry. How bad is this for the BBC? I mean, are we going to get new cries of defunding them? Absolutely. This is really bad. This is really bad for the DC. For the BBC. This is a smoldering pot. This is a boiling pot, and it's been going on for a long time. So expect more cries for the BBC to be defunded. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.